years ago, you know we're still the same. I tried to show you more, but I had to hide the pain. Everywhere I go, I still see your face, and the memories that you have taken to the grave. You showed me who I am, and you taught me how to live. Now it's time for me to carry on what you have left behind. And I pray that you rest easy, and knowing everything you've done. You fought for my own freedom. May you finally find peace.
want your bones and everything else that you own. Complete the bloom of a hated foe. I sleep in my hell. Take the best. My touch, my love, and my self-respect. Both scrolling through where my eyes once set. The holes in my faith. cosmos and isolated almost from all life. Could it be that all this time I've been waiting to traverse a line, banished from the castle and toiling as a vassal? You'll find me as I fall upon the fathers and to the earth to barrels and then rest. Could it be that all this time my fealty belongs to the sky?
Unironically, it's true.
Hello, everybody. I hope everything's sounding a little bit better. Let me know if it's not sounding better. Just give me a sec to try and figure this out. We will be with you very soon. Okay, so N2 says we're good. Let's try and reopen this and Get Ninja rocking. Okay, so there's Chris. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
How about
that's
now?
So much better. Fuck
Yeah?
yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. Making them sexy moves now.
Let's go.
Okay. So now I got to make sure.
Watch the second.
All right, everybody. We're ready to rock here. You just got to give me a couple of seconds. We're going to add in here. I got to fix some stuff. It crashed. We're trying to recover it. Thank you guys for being so patient. It's greatly appreciated. Chris is chilling. He's a beautiful boy. I haven't talked to him in a long time. It's going to be a good one. And yeah, he's right. It is my first day. It is my first day. I'm actually Nate's clone. I'm actually Nate in a mask of Nate.
Nate recycling.
Fuck. Nate garbage. I'm the evil doppelganger.
Compost Nate, brother.
Brother. All right. Before we kick into this, let's fucking get some trash going on here. Let's run through the sponsors. Thank you guys so much for joining and being so patient. I don't know what's going on here. I gotta fucking expunge some shit from my computer, I guess. I've been watching too many fucking spicy animes. Whoo. So, sponsored by Cursed Earth Apparel and Print, of course. All the trash talk spicy apparel is by Cursed Earth Apparel and Print. If you need merch for your band or your business, hit me up. Nate at CursedEarthApparelAndPrint.com. Octave Studios Medicine Hat. Our boy N2 is in the chat right now. If you need a sound guy, you need something going on, you need some gear for a show, that's your guy to talk to. Intrinsic Productions in Edmonton. Intersect Arts and Music Festival, Armstrong Music Festival, Loud as Hell Festival, Decimate Festival, Apply Within Audio Lethbridge. Thank you so much, Gigi, for giving me this beautiful microphone. Camp Misfit Clothing in Edmonton and Mountain Bistro and Pizzeria Bragg Creek. If you or your small business is interested in becoming a show sponsor or a show partner, hit me up for rates. We're also going to be launching the full fucking standing media whatevers for Trash on the Streets. So get excited for that. It's going to be a fucking good one. I'm going to stop talking about this shit now, and we are going to bang on into the show. Thank you guys so much for being so patient. Let's do it.
Boiled fish. Boiled carrot.
Hey, I'm Nate Trash. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Talk. Yes. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Talk ASMR.
You gotta work on your podcast voice, bro.
That's the sound of my gums.
You talk all in fry voice, and then you can sound like a podcaster or a sick whisper screamer.
So I quit smoking cigarettes, and I've never inhaled vocals in my entire life. Okay? I have always yelled outward, and now, okay, so you can probably attest to this. Now that I'm fucking old, I can't breathe on stage anymore. I used to be able to fucking cruise through 45-minute sets like nothing. But you know what the thing was I also made everything up as I went. So I got to stop when I needed to.
Hey man, what are the lyrics? I don't fucking know, dude.
Just check what's on the internet. There's none on the internet. Well, fuck. I guess you'll hear it. You'll see it on the recording we release in Never.
Did you guys ever have recordings?
So
I swear there was like a full length that was in production for like 10 years and it never came out.
So we released a demo in 2010 and it was 7 songs. And we played those 7 songs to death, Chris. Right to death.
Been there, bro.
And we did that demo, and then we cruised. We did shows for years, and then 2017 we released a 5-song EP, and then we called it fucking quits, buddy. And I'm pretty sure that EP is still up on Bandcamp, Dying in Slow Motion.
Bandcamp or your EP, man?
The EP is
Which one is Dying in Slow Motion?
me. Let's be real here. It's me.
What's happening, man?
Introduce yourself.
I'm on the fucking description, dog.
Introduce yourself through your words right now, Chris.
Hi, my name is Chris, and I make toilet bowl noises in a band called Tidebringer, and it's super cool. I hope you listen to it. Was that good? Was that a good adaptation of who I am as a human?
Bro, you are a haircut. You
That's
are
true,
that.
man.
Just like I am a set of teeth that aren't even there.
It's like a pot calling the kettle black, though, man.
You
Look
got
at your
it.
Shit.
You
You just got it do-ragged up, man.
You got it, bro. I got tattoos on the side of my head now. I got this fucking symbol tattooed on the side of my head now.
Yeah, I can't pull off that Fat Boy Slim shit.
Well, you know me, man. Like that's what can I say? New York fucking EDM is my jam, bro. You know what I
You
mean?
were there in its inception.
So Chris was asking me before we started the cast here. He was asking me about how I lost my teeth. And it's not an exciting story. It's actually fucking ridiculous, but it's right on par with me. So it was an accident. Me and my fucking cousin had polished off a Mickey of vodka in like probably fucking 3 drinks each. And it was one of those big ones, one of those big Mickeys, not a boot Mickey. It was one of the big boys. And I was fucking 14 years old. I didn't drink that often. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm fucking gunned. We're running around the house. I go down the stairs and I go around the corner because I'm going to jump out and I'm going to fucking slam him into the wall and we're going to fucking keep going on with our fucking shit that we're doing. He comes down the stairs. I turn my head and he's already got his fucking fist ready to go. And I turned right into his fucking fist and both of them popped into my mouth like they weren't even installed into the drive to begin with.
God damn.
Oh yeah, buddy. I thought I was like, what am I chewing on right now? And I went to the bathroom and I spit my fucking teeth out and he busted his knuckle. And like, so I wasn't even the one that ended up going to the hospital. My teeth were out. They were out. Once I stopped bleeding, that was the end of it. Like, they're like, yeah, okay, well, his teeth are fucking broken out. He doesn't need stitches. He's not bleeding anymore. Take him to the dentist next week and whatever. His arm started to get infected. And within 3 hours from the tips of his fingers to his elbow was swollen and purple. So he had to go to the hospital for a tetanus shot because old Nady
You
boy.
gave this motherfucker sepsis, dude?
So it turns out that I have caustic saliva like a Komodo dragon.
That's your X-Men origin story, man.
Hey, what can I say? I spit fucking literal acid on the microphone and onto people's skin.
Shit.
Hey, shit.
Brutal. Yeah, it's way more interesting. The first time I asked you, you told me it was scurvy, which I guess wasn't far from the truth.
And, well, honestly, that's like the reason he got an infection, the reason my teeth were so easy to break out, all it was because I didn't brush my fucking teeth. I drank lots of pop. I didn't brush my teeth. So, like, I do now. I brush my tooth now because I only have one left. So,
Shit.
I get in there really good. No worries. But, yeah, that's why it was so easy because I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't fucking floss. None of that shit. Like, my mouth it's still pretty gross, let's be honest here.
You're doing all right, man.
You're doing.
I got a question for you before this all happens.
What do you got, buddy?
Uncle Chris.
Oh.
Can you describe him to me?
Okay, so Uncle Chris is actually Uncle Chris. So a lot's gone on. This is why I wanted to do the little pre-call, but that's okay. I'm not on a time limit for this, so like this is gonna be a good cast, you guys. This is gonna be a good one. So my Uncle Chris, yes, that's right, Pisser Nearguard, as we like to call him. He is a career criminal, and not a good one. He's not a good criminal. So my grandma passed away 2 years ago now, and the house that she had, that was a trap house. That was my uncle's fucking base. That was his home base in Tidebringer, and she passed away, and now me and my brother and my sister have had to clean it out. So Uncle Chris, like I said, is not a very good career criminal. After grandma passed away, probably a week later, he got raided by the cops in the house. They found a whole bunch of guns. They found a whole bunch of drugs. There's news reports on it. Like I'll post some links on it in the Discord. If anybody's in the Discord, I'll post some links in the Discord about my Uncle Chris's escapades. But he's 6 feet tall, covered in tattoos, jailhouse tattoos. And he is very flagrantly homosexual. But you won't know that until you talk to him, because he looks like a 6 foot tall, 250-pound, muscle-bound jailhouse enforcer. And that's what he was. That's what he's doing right now, because he got picked up again, and he was on the run for weapons manufacturing, and he got picked up 3 weeks ago, and he's in jail now. But here's the kicker. So I'm on Facebook. I see a post, and it's from Uncle Chris's account. And it says, Chris was doing so good, and he just got picked up. Oh, man, why did they do this? And I was like, wasn't he supposed to go back to fucking jail in April? So he was going to run away to BC. And the people he was going to run away to were like, no, we don't want you here. Like they found out that he was lying to them. And like they just cut off all communications. And then like, sure enough, it all fell apart on him like it usually does. And he was living in a trailer outside Red Deer and got picked up by the cops. Now he's in jail.
Can we talk about his one tattoo?
Which one?
The pisser?
Oh, right across his back?
Jesus Christ.
The one right across his shoulders?
A little preface. The first time I met you, we threw a show in Didsbury at the inn.
The Didsbury Inn, buddy. I was there. I was there a couple of years ago.
You were definitely there. And like this guy is fucking rolling around, 250 pounds, 6 foot, covered in tattoos, motherfucker. And he rips his shirt off, and on the back, he has the pisser in block letter with like the shittiest picture of somebody pissing. Was it on someone else, or was it just a dude pissing?
No. So across his back, it says pisser. But on his leg, he's got a picture of this fucking, this like fighting fucking weird guy that's pissing on his leg. And that was his nickname forever. They called him Pisser forever. And like, I could never get a straight story, but my Uncle Kevin, who's also dead now, he said it was because he fucking just pissed on everything when he was a kid. And like street life, you attach to those nicknames and you roll with them, right? And he's like, yeah, everybody calls me Pisser. And I was like, all right, cool. And sure enough, growing up, no matter who the fuck it was, if they knew him as Pisser or they knew him as Christopher. And there was two sides to that. So it was the people that he was conning when he was a drug addict that knew him as Pisser. And it was the people he was conning as I'm just getting out of jail, I'm just getting out of rehab, I need help, I'm a victim of my circumstance that knew him as Christopher. So he played both sides of that fucking coin very well, which is why I sit here and I laugh. I fucking laugh my ass off because I've pulled away from that lifestyle so fucking hard that it would take a lot of seriously concentrated effort to try and get back into it and to try and fuck myself up back to that point again. Like, I've set my boundaries, I've set my safeguards, I got my fucking, my community, my environment, you know. But to see Uncle Chris, I laugh at him because he tries to, last time I saw him, we were spreading my grandma's and my uncle's ashes. And he's like, oh, my lawyer fucked me over on and now I got to go to jail for this sentence. And I was like, what do you mean your lawyer fucked you over? You should be in jail for the rest of your fucking life, man. Like, look at what you've done. And he didn't know how to react to it because I was laughing at him. And I'm dead serious. I was like, bro, you're a fucking career criminal. You deserve to be fucking, you know, treated the same as other criminals in your fucking situation that have been put away for longer sentences for less fucking shit. Like, you shit fucking horseshoes, man. I don't feel bad for you. Like, you're fucking rolling up 50 years old real fucking tight and you're not making it fucking look good. So why do I care about how you feel about the stupid shit you've done in your fucking life, man? Like, come on. See you when you get out next time, or maybe I fucking won't. Who knows?
Or maybe he'll roll up to the Didsbury Inn with his wife to bait straight dudes into a threesome where he gets to fuck them, which was propositioned to us many times.
Well, look at you. You're fucking beautiful.
Thanks, man. I'm like a fucking, you know, twink wet dream, man. Let's go.
And back in 2010, 2011, you were wearing girls' pants.
They didn't make dude skinnies back in 2011, bro.
Honestly, the good ones,
so you could walk, boy.
buddy. I still got my checkered fucking. I got my old trash pants, and I got new ones too. And guess what? They're girls' pants because you're right.
Do you know, like, what's interesting too is that Nate Reno told me it loud as hell, drunk off his fucking ass, that I was one chromosome away from him eating my ass.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
not a surprise.
walking into a dark field to meet Nate Reno, saying that
right?
he would eat my ass.
Right? Yeah.
Sasquatch is real, man.
Nate gets 13. Nate gets 13 or 14 or 25 beers into him, and he's liable to fucking eat some fucking butthole, all right?
He'll
and
eat some puss, dude, for sure.
Like, that's, and you know, come on. So we actually got to know, Lee wants to know, and this is like, I think this is Lee's little way of getting to know you without, like, having to fucking do the small talk thing at shows, right?
Where did I get the idea for the
nickname
Hero Yugi? It was like back in the day, like before Facebook was like people were still transitioning off Nexopia,
and we were MySpace bands when we met.
Yeah, it's true. And there was like, I fucking stan Gundam Wing. I was like, yo, Hiro Yui, tight ass name. Lock that shit into Facebook. Fast forward like a year or two later, and somebody fucking reported my name. And I was like, shit. And they're like, you have one chance to put your real name in, and next time this happens, we're banning your account. You have to give photo ID, all that shit. And Submerge from Edmonton used to call me Yugi because I've had this haircut for like 20 years. So heart of the cards, I was like, Hero Yugi, man, it's fucking perfect. And Facebook's never banned me again. So if you report my fucking name, I'll fight you. Like,
bro.
I know who you are.
It won't, honestly, if nobody's reported Nate Trash, nobody's gonna fucking report your name. And honestly, keep it up with the way that you're doing the press shit for Tidebringer, and you might be able to just get yourself fucking verified before.
Yeah. Hey, can we have photo ID? Nah. I'm not even like, I don't even stand that name that hard. I just physically can't change it.
Well,
so I'm like, do I re-roll Facebook like as an old man and like do that thing? You know what I mean? Where there's like the banned Facebook account, then there's like,
if you weren't gonna do it,
boomer Facebook account.
If you weren't gonna do it when you Nathaniel says he's gonna report both of us and 2 goes rogue, fuck you, Nathaniel. Whatever, you little fucking poop snorter. Hey, thank you for the subscribe. Greatly appreciated. So, also, like, if you didn't do it when you were like flipping your life around like I did, because I downloaded all the photos of my kid And I was like, I'm not fucking being reminded of any of the world-class white trash shit. I'm not being reminded of any of this fucking, any of this dumb stuff I did. I'm not being reminded of how I looked when I was in active usage, you know, active fucking consumption. Like, I don't need to. Thanks for fucking subbing, Lee. I appreciate that, buddy. So I took all the pictures of my kid and I deleted the fucking thing. And it was the best thing I could have ever done because it also weeded out a lot of people that I really didn't want on my fucking account anymore. But I also didn't care enough to fucking go to their account and fucking unfriend them. So I'm not going to make the fucking 17 posts saying, oh, mass exodus.
Shit.
Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are killing it. Che's fucking going for fucking gold. Oh, shit. Maggot Death is gifting 5 tier 1 subs. I think that's my boy Vlad. I think that's my fucking boy Vlad. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I hope my homie Vlad's in here. He's having a rough go today. But I totally fucking forgot what I was saying, so let's just fucking jump off of that.
But it is interesting. Like, you were talking about how you deleted
Oh,
your
yeah.
old Facebook.
Gone.
But,
Best idea I ever made.
2 things that are really funny for that is, you know, that Loesch Fest was like 10 years ago?
Yeah, guess what?
Like this week or something?
Bro.
I got the fucking photo reminder of that, and I was like,
I got
damn,
tickets. Dude. I got tickets somewhere here on my desk. I got 2 fucking tickets, original tickets from the last Loesch Fest, man.
Do you remember when our bass player knocked out Cherry?
Oh, bro. Boodle. I'm pretty sure I saw him at Cradle of Filth, and guess what he was doing?
Sound?
Getting mad at some fucking random girl and making her feel like a piece of shit.
I don't believe that because he doesn't live here.
And the only reason I think it might have been Boodle was because of the long red hair. But there's also another guy in Calgary who looks like that. His name's Killian Murphy, and he is a genuine piece of shit. He fucking was talking about, like, kicking a fucking homeless guy in the head while he was unconscious. And I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit, man. So, like,
yeah, it's pretty sus.
And Boodle moved away a long time ago.
Boodle moved like
so, like,
10 plus
don't
ago.
Nobody quote me on this. I'm not trying to fucking drag anybody, even if it was this killing, I'm not trying to fucking drag him down either. Like, it's not fucking something to fucking start picking at people for. This is just random shit that I see at shows. Like,
I thought we were on here to just talk mad shit, dude.
Well, it's not trash talk because I talk shit. It's trash talk because, get this, my name is trash, bro.
Holy shit. Really?
Hey, yeah, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
how'd you come up with that, man? That's pretty crazy.
I didn't. Justin Shadows did. Justin Shadows did.
It's all cyclical, man.
But
it's
now-
like Ouroboros.
now
Snake
the-
eating its own dick.
But hey, the snake's not the only thing eating its own dick. Hey-oh. Now, funny thing about Justin Shadows, from all the shit that I heard about him just recently, I think he might have been calling me trash because he thought I was a piece of shit. I don't think it had anything to do with the band.
Weren't you kind of a piece of shit, though?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm not saying that it was unwarranted.
Shit.
I'm not saying
what I
it
mean?
was unwarranted. You know, like, come on. Come on.
Also, how are you going to call me out on wearing girl pants when you were wearing fucking leopard print Motley Crue ass pants?
Bro, I'm not
with
calling.
wallet chains, bro.
I'm not. I'm not calling nobody out, bro. I'm just bringing. I'm just, just chopping up the past, man. Just fucking dragging the skeletons out of the closet to dust them off. Okay.
But here's the point that I was trying to make with you deleting your old Facebook.
Yes.
It is kind of nice to see like the progression. Like if I look at shows from like Loesch Fest, like I was coming off like copious amounts of cocaine and I was like deathly ill. Like I was skinny. I'd blow away in the fucking wind. And like looking back on that, I'm like, that sucks.
You and
But then I
Dan were
look at,
really
like,
into
I'm
frisbee and
fucking
shit.
30, man. My metabolism done slowed down. Like I put on a little bit of weight. I'm like, hey, shit, it's not so bad, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you and Dan were playing lots of frisbee, fucking doing lots of fucking blow. I was like, you guys fucking party it the fuck up. I almost.
When we were like blowing it up there, but at Loesch Fest, when Boodle knocked Cherry out, which was an accident, I'll preface, it wasn't intended.
No, that was swept away pretty quickly.
Yeah, we were all on mushrooms. And Boodle comes back and he's like, guys, I just knocked out Cherry and like 20 people are coming to kick my ass. And we looked at him and we were like, dude, I can't help you, man.
So go stand over there, man.
Yeah, I'm zoomed out, dude. I'm just like, bro, this can't be happening. Like, it's not. I can't do it. I can't fight somebody on mushrooms, dude. I'm laughing.
Bro, I can't
I'm just,
fight
like,
somebody sober. Like, it's not happening. Like, that's why I dress and look like this, is so that people will think I'm scary, because I'm not actually fucking scary. Like,
That's fair.
I'm gonna get a pet duck for my old lady and my kid right away here.
That's fair.
So, like, I'm not fucking scary.
So
So
it's crazy.
we got to talk about Tidebringer now, buddy. Now the tides have turned. Now the
I knew
fucking
you were waiting for it.
now the
dude.
tides have turned.
That sucks. I
Let's
might
hear it.
sample that for our opener. Just saying.
Take it. You can, buddy. I'm glad that we were able to reconnect, man. Lee, I appreciate you reconnecting both of us, because we've known each other for a long time now. Like, we started out together, like, way back in the small town fucking bar shows.
Didsbury Inn.
Everybody thinks that we're fucking idiots. Nobody fucking thinks it's cool. And now, it's the cool shit to fucking do, Even it's still really not. Like, let's be honest, we're doing this because it's all we know how to do now. But I've known Chris for a long time, and we honestly both thought that we hated each other, and we can't really remember why, but we're pretty sure it boils down to I was a drunk fucking douchebag. And you know what? If that's the case, hey, I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that. I was a drunk piece of shit for a long time, and two can testify to that as well. So we got somebody here asking what's next for Tidebringer after these upcoming shows. But before we get to that question, let's get to the birth of Tidebringer here, because I'm interested to know as well.
That's a long fucking story, man.
We got fucking time, son.
What was it? 2018? Sharks did our last tour. I think so. It was from the death of Sharks, because we were at a point where we had label interest. We were working with someone, like, we were writing fucking radio songs.
Dude, tours would make them suffer and shit like that.
Yeah, we did like a run with them. It wasn't like a tour, but we did a run, and that was all off the sweat of my own dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we never had any high level kind of support. So we just grinded. We were touring 2-3 times a year. We did cross Canada, which is the biggest mistake any band can make. Like, I'm sorry, Eastern Canada can kiss my whole fucking ass, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Deathris just did a run. Shit changes every year, right? But
I don't know, man. We played Toronto on a Saturday to, like, my friend. It was so brutal, but it was like we were getting to a point where it was just like it was happening, right? Like, okay, we finally did it. We're gonna get a shot. We sent press kits out. We were on the desk of Rise Records, and they were like, "Oh, we thought it was a joke band because the name is so fucking stupid."
Welcome to Horrify territory, buddy.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? And this was like a fucking dude. We came up with that name when I was like 19, right? Like, none of us were married to it, but it had a certain allure. Like,
It's
you either
ism
loved
foff.
it or you hated it.
It's ism foff vibes. That's fucking totally MySpace, fucking metalcore, fucking pointless long fucking names, or names with puns, names,
About
jokes.
water.
Yeah, man. Like, Shark Infested Daughters was fucking hilarious, man. But that's another thing too. If it's not hilarious in the right fucking way and you don't ride it out properly, like, look at I Wrestled a Bear once, right?
Yeah, so it was like the same shit, right? So Rise basically told us, change the name, let's talk. And we were like, so we had that in the back of our mind anyway. We were getting to a point where, like, it's not that funny when you're not 19. And we're just like, shit, we should have like a more kind of sophisticated
Time to
look, like, if we're
solidify
gonna
a
take it
brand.
seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're gonna take it seriously, right? But, like, not to, like, stoke my own flame, but our branding beat ass.
For
Like,
Shark Infested Daughters?
yeah, we had shit dialed in.
No,
Like,
you
it
guys
was
had
perfect.
the artwork was fucking popping. You guys had new shit. You guys had new styles, a new image for every time you released. You guys were right on fucking top of it.
Stage gear, bro. That shit was.
Yeah, for sure. Fucking
But-
it.
Continuing on, like, we obviously had a falling out with Erica, which was like a long time coming. And we were just like, fuck this. Like, she, walked out and none of us stopped her. And we were just like, cool, fuck it. We had a tour booked And we were just like, okay, what do we do? And we were shopping our EP before it had come out. So long story short, we talked to, like, the reason why Erica walked is we had this label shot. We wrote radio songs. The guy was like, nah, this ain't it. Like, if you want to do it, you got to go pay this producer gig of money, do all this stuff. And we're just like, okay, fuck it. And so we were feeling like pretty fucking defeated because that was like it, right? We had the shot, we blew it. Now what? Now we're just doing the same kind of Western Canada tours for the rest of our life. Erica walks. We do one more tour. We put out that CD and we're just like, fuck this, right? Like, I don't want to like do synth metalcore.
Fucking rebrand, baby. Time for a refresh.
So we're like, cool. We're like, the name sucks, right? Like, we had interest, but the name was bad. Erica's now out. It's not the same band, right? We don't want to pick up another synth player who's a girl and do like that fucking thing. It's just too much. So we were like, okay, cool. Let's re-roll, start fresh. So it was at this time that like Kala or Curtis was his band was dying. So Kitsune, one of the iterations of it, was kind of imploding. And I remember Kurt had texted me like 2 weeks before Erica quit. And he was just like, let me sing in your band. And I was like, haha, that's funny. I would love that, but like, we don't have a spot for you. So Erica walks, everything like that. We're like, oh shit. Because Kurt is fucking goated. Like, that kid is incredible. And so we're like, okay, cool. Let's see what we can do. So I flew out to Kelowna a few times and we wrote some demos with Jordan Chase from Secret and Whisper and recorded them. And we got them back and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Like, Kurt in, it's perfect. Everything's good. We're like, okay, cool, man. Like, let's move forward with this kind of rebrand. Let's get rid of the synths. Let's write kind of different. We don't have to like revolve around that, you know, like pretty singing in the chorus, that kind of thing. We can do whatever we want because there's no kind of like desire for people to hear the same thing.
Yeah,
So
there's no prerequisites. There's no fucking predetermined fucking image or value anymore.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, cool. Let's give that a shot. So we're talking to Kurt, and Kurt's just like, look, dude, like, I can't like let Kitsune go yet. He's like, I have unfinished business with this, and he's like, I'm moving to LA. Like, it's just, I don't think this is gonna work. And so we were like, fuck, because that was it, right? Like, you get somebody like Kurt as your first fucking singer outside of dealing with Erica for 10 years, who like towards the end like couldn't sing a fucking note. It was brutal. Like, I used to turn around during choruses live and just like,
well, we're not gonna shit on anybody.
That's fine, dude.
I know you guys got history.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But we moved on, whatever. So we're like, hey, cool. Kurt can't do it. Now what? And the last band we had toured with was Living Machines, and Quinn sang in that band, and we did a tour together. And he was like, oh shit, like, let me try it out. And we're like, all right, fuck, cool. Do a couple demos with Quinn. Things are going great. We're like, awesome. Let's shoot our first video. We shot the video. Things are great. And then, you know, Yannick was at a point in his life, and I fucking love that kid to death, where he's just like, look, like, I don't think metalcore is what I want to do. He's like, you know, I like rock climbing and like going camping and shit. He's like, I don't really want to spend like, you know, all of my money and time doing
fuck this
like,
studio, fuck this band. I'm going to climb that fucking rock.
Yeah, but it was perfect. You know what I mean? Like, that was amicable. It was just like an honest conversation between friends. Like, no one hates that guy. He's the fucking best. And we're just like, okay, sick. But we had just shot the video. So we're like, fuck. So we bring in Brandon, who was in Uppercut Decapitation. We've known him for years.
Yeah, okay. There's a new band with the other remnants of Uppercut.
Yeah.
Infrastructure.
So we pulled Brandon in, and so we're like, perfect. He can play the parts. He's goated at drumming. We're like, this is awesome. So we reshoot the video. Okay, cool. Video's reshot. We're doing, you know, we're starting to prep to release. And then, you know, Quinn's just like, look, like, I don't think this is what I want to do. Like, we were having some artistic differences in some cases, and he still had his bands and like all of his projects, like writing comic books, doing podcasts, too much shit. So Quinn's just like, dude, I'm out. So I'm like, fuck. Now what? You know what I mean? Like, we have We recorded 3 songs with him. I had 1 song with Kurt. I had 1 video that I just reshot twice. And I'm like, fuck. What
And
do
you
we
just
do?
a fucking ball of fucking tears, just crying.
Yeah, so we're like,
nonstop.
this is fucking garbage, man. So we're like, okay, cool. So we look at Dan and we're like, Dan, you got a fucking beautiful voice, right? Like Dan was incredible. And we're just like, can you do this, right? But like everything that those guys were singing was like outside of his range. So it was just never the same, right? So we're like, whatever, let's roll with it, right? Let's make it different. Who cares? So we do a video with Dan now as the singer. So it's the 3rd time that we reshot the video. Go through that. You know, the video is not what we want it to be. It's boring. We come up with this other concept that's just like, you know, some Twitch stuff. We shoot that video. We send it off to our friend at a label. And he's just like, you guys can't put this out. He's like, this is fucked. Like, you need to start fresh. Like, don't come out with something that's like half cocked. Like, I know it sucks that you've done it 4 times, but you need to start completely fresh. So we're like, fuck. Okay. During that time too, then, you know, Dan's like at the same point. He's like, dude, I'm fucking 30. We're probably 10 grand deep into this band and we haven't put out a single thing. And he's just like, fuck this, man. He's like, I don't want to do this. Right? That one like hit a bit different. Like Dan and I were boys, man, like forever and always.
When I
like,
saw Tidebringer drop, I was like, okay, new fucking Shark Infested Daughters just dropped. What's this? Is this a new Shark Infested Daughters album? I was like, this was already an album. What is this? I'm instantly looking for ways to try and pick it apart because I was always jealous of you guys. Full fucking honesty, I was always jealous of you guys because I wanted my band to do what your band was fucking doing because we were playing shows together. Me and you had a back and forth. We were talking to each other about like how to do certain styles of vocals. I was like, that was a fucking sick fucking low, man. Like, how are you doing that? You're like, Nate, how are you fucking getting so low? Like,
dude, your guttural shit on mine.
Like we were pushing hard, right? Like we were bouncing off each other. And then my band was just like, Darcy's like, no, man. We're not doing this. We're not doing videos. If our music's good, then it'll speak for itself. It's like, but nobody's fucking listening to our fucking music because nobody knows we're playing music. And then I just started drinking and fucking partying, and I was like, fuck, gave up on it. But like that fucking fight, man, that fight for it, that's what's gonna fucking make it work in the end. Keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Yeah. So like at this point, it's just like I've lost everything. Right? Like Dan and I wrote every song, you know, with Oliver, with, you know, people here and there, but like the core kind of foundation of like what Shark's vision was and like what everything happened. Like I built with that dude. He wrote our entire first EP with me and Oliver. Like he still very much was a part of that. And that sucked, right? Like that's not easy. And that was like the TSN turning point where I'm just like also like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Like it's I've tried, I just keep failing no matter what I do, nothing's working out. I'm fucking turning 30. I'm just like, this sucks. Like it just took all the wind out of my sails and like throw COVID into the middle of this too, right? Where now all of a sudden the world is different.
Yes, entirely
like
fucking different.
We don't know what to do, right? Because Sharks was a touring band. Like that was our bread and butter. And that's gone. And now half my friends are gone. And it's just like, you know, we picked up new people who fucking shred, you know what I mean? But like that core like foundation is gone.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking right there with you, dude.
Yeah. And it just like, it sucked. Like it was really hard. And I remember like hanging up the phone with Dan when he was just like, fuck this. Right. And I like just sat there and I'm like smoking a cigarette, just like shaking. I'm so fucking upset. And I fucking called Curtis and I was just like, look, I need you. I'm like, I don't care how we make this work. I don't care what we have to do. I don't care if you're just a fucking studio guy. I'm like, I need you to come in and like save this project from dying because I believe a lot in it. And you were the first guy to get it started with us. And Kurt was just like, yeah, fuck it. Like it was just like, I expected, you know, like some pushback or whatever like that. And Kurt was just like, you know what? Like
sure. The line goes dead for a second. He's just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, exactly that.
Hangs
like,
up on you.
And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, this is fucking amazing, right? Because And like to everyone else's credit, like a big like thing was once you had somebody like Kurt singing, it's hard to not compare everyone else to it, because you have like kind of this like god tier level singer who can hit all these different ranges, right? But that's not everybody, right? Everyone's voice is different. Just like we're talking about, like you can go lower than I can go, right? That's just who you are as a person. That's the way your body is made.
Exactly.
Compared
Yeah.
to me,
It's not a
right?
contest, you know? When
Yeah.
people get to a certain point and you figure out that it's not a fucking contest, you don't want the guy who can do all of the shit that you think is going to sound good.
Yeah,
You know?
but it's like, it's also like I had a very specific vision, right? Like this is what I wanted. And when I heard Kurt sing it, it just like clicked immediately. I was just like, this is it. Like this is what I've been looking for forever. And now I have it, right? And then it was gone. And then I call him back and he's like, fuck it, I'm in. And it was like kind of at that moment where I just thought about it. And I'm like, my biggest fear is being like an old head at a bar, being like, I used to be in a touring band.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. That's not what I want to do. And I got so close to doing things that would have actually made an impact. And I feel like partially I got robbed from it just because, you know, a band is a marriage with 5-6 other people that you don't fuck.
Okay, well,
So
in your case, it's 5 or 6 other people because that's what you grew up with being in a band, okay? In my case, it's fucking 3 other dudes now because if we need an extra fucking guitar player, then, like, it's too much to deal with, okay?
And that's kind of like, it's funny because we're at this conversation now because we have, like, 2 drummers, right? Like, kind of after, as we progress the story, I talked to Ryan Lorkey, who was the drummer of Secret and Whisper, Shreddy Krueger, Stutterfly, all that stuff. George in the chat will attest to Ryan's accolades. And I was just like, yo, we should fucking, or he was like, man, we should do a project one day. And I was like, actually, like, Brandon can play guitar. Like, why don't you drum for Tidebringer? And he was just like, fucking let's go. So now we're like, cool, we're a 6-piece again. Like just like that. But now we're doing that MySpace shit with the 2 fucking singers.
Fucking right. So you guys got 11 fucking band members, and you fucking call yourselves the new Slapnut, right?
Yeah,
What?
it's a meme, but it's hilarious.
Whatever makes shit sound good. And honestly, like, it makes me feel nostalgic seeing you and the pictures and knowing it's a new project and there's Ollie fucking hanging in the back, and it's like, fuck, man, like, I'm so fucking stoked. I really am. I'm fucking pumped to see where you guys take it, because it's the same thing with me. Like, I don't want to fucking end up being the guy who the has-been that never was. You know what I mean?
That's a very eloquent way of putting it.
And like, I was really, really close to that. And like, I feel like if I would have tried to push the band thing right after World Class White Trash ended, I feel like I would have fucking crashed and burned royally. I needed a whole change of mindset and perspective before I could really get back into band stuff. And Horrify was just a way of like, okay, I still need to flex some vocal muscles, but I don't want to fucking have to deal with the toxicity and all the garbage. And then Russ found Joel, and then Scott was like just waiting there and fucking didn't give us a chance to say no. And we're like, all right, Scott, let's do this. And then fucking, it's been just a fun, like, and for us, it's the same thing for us, except for we're going in the opposite direction. We still have a defined image. We still have a very solid direction with what we want to do. We still have a very fucking solid framework for how we make our music and why we make the music that we do. But we're not going in the super serious, like, direction of, like, we're trying to make new cutting edge explosive music. We're trying to put on crazy fucking shows and, like, get crowds to go nuts. Because I personally feel that after the last couple of years, people need to go to shows for experiences again. They need to go to shows for the event fucking capacity of it. Like, I went to this show Everybody tore each other apart. I'm missing a fucking shoe. Like, my shirt is ripped to pieces, and I was only in there for 10 minutes. You know, like, that toothless guy fucking, he yelled right in my fucking face. I don't know if he was mad at me or not, but, like, I got to go home now. And then you sleep, and you bring it in your ears. All you remember is circle pits. You wake up with new bruises. Like, that's what I think is needed in the fucking scene right now. But with you and your music, that's what you think and you feel is what's needed too. And that's why you're working so hard on putting it out there. And that's why you're working so hard on getting your vision out there. Because if it was just for you, you wouldn't be working on fucking videos and pounding money into fucking good recordings and making sure that you release stuff with proper promotion and you're not just dropping content like, oh, I don't know if you guys will like this or not, but here it is, you know, just fucking half-ass shit. You're taking it seriously, and we're taking it seriously too, just in a different direction. So I can entirely resonate with that, man. And the organic way is the only way to do it, right? Like, if it's not working out the way that you truly want it to work out, and you have to force it in some way, then that's not the way it's supposed to fucking go, man.
Yeah, there's like that age-old adage that everything happens for a reason. And it pisses me off, but fuck, is it true sometimes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, things wouldn't happen if it didn't go the way it did. But I also had like we recorded this EP 5 years ago. That sucks. Like,
that's an eternity ago, man.
That fucking, it's brutal. And like that video that we shot 5 fucking times was our second single.
That's 1,000 years ago in music days now. Post-COVID music industry days is 6 fucking weeks now, man. It's 6 weeks.
But imagine like sitting on that, you know what I mean? Like, I've been sitting on this forever.
Dude.
And it's like to the point where I've heard it so many times and I'm like, is it even good? Like, or is, you know what I mean? Because like the first time you hear it, like, you know, when you come out of the studio, you're like, I'm the best. Like, this shit is gonna fucking rip. And then you listen to it on repeat like 900 times. You're just like, I could have hit that better.
Yeah, you start to pick it apart. You start to pick it apart, and then it's like, oh fuck, here we go. And like, we wouldn't have been able to. We wouldn't. Russ, we did our music video. We shot it all ourselves. Just whipped it together real quick. And Russ was like, all right, I got the final edits in. Check this out. And like, it was just it's an amalgamation of shots of all of us in the band just to fucking get something out there. You know, we're throwing shit at the wall and seeing what will stick. And that's how we're fucking doing it. And he's like, check this out and tell me how it is. And I was like, yeah, man, that's really good. I like that. And he's like, I think we should post it. And I wanted to do a release, and I wanted to send it out for reviews and shit. I wanted to see how we could do with a couple of press releases based around the video. And he's like, so I already posted it. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. At this point, we have 6 songs out. That's one video. We got to get more content out so we can figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work, so we can just keep rolling with this, right? But that's a nightmare, man. That's a nightmare. And I know it's going to fucking be a banger, buddy, because I've known you for a long time. And
I've put out shit before, though.
Well,
I put out some stinking dookies before, dude.
Well, yeah. What was that fucking... And I'm not talking shit about the music itself, because I know everybody in the band, and I know they're all great fucking players. But what was that fucking Glass House thing, man? Like, come on.
Glass Kingdom?
Like, come on. I was like, bro, this is... Like, you guys jump right onto the metalcore fucking, like, trendy fucking shit. Because there's a band at that time called Glass Cloud, too. And I was like, well, come on.
Wildly different than what we do.
Oh, totally different. Totally fucking different. But from the outside looking in, I was just like, what? And once again, just seethingly fucking jealous. Because here my band is not releasing fuck all. Not even thinking about it or talking about it. And here's somebody that I used to fucking play shows side by side with, just fucking dropping like killer fucking quality shit. And I'm like, fuck, how can I pick this apart? And the fucking the only way I could find was like, this metaphor is played out. Fuck you guys.
Yo, fuck this band. A metalcore band talking about water, idiots.
Fucking, oh.
But that's something that we ran into a lot, and I think that's what, like, that was kind of a splitting force to me in the scene. That's what it just hit different. You know what I mean? Like, if like you and I ever had some kind of beef, like it's mostly just like I'm hurt to a degree because I'm like, what the fuck?
It's
You know what I
been
mean? Like we
that's
did the
why I say it
same
was jealousy.
bullshit shows together. You
You
know what I
know?
mean? Like how can you like come back 3 years later and be like, yo, fuck that band? It's like,
Right? That's why I say it was jealousy. It was fucking flat out jealousy, man. Because of that exact reason. And the only way I knew how to express that shit was by being a fucking dickhead, by being a childish fucking dickhead. And like, that's it. It's it, you know? And I look back on it now and it's like, I can have a really good laugh at it because it's so far removed from who I am and how I do things now. Like I have a whole show dedicated to promoting bands and fucking gassing bands up, you know? And like, if I don't like something now, I don't acknowledge it. I just don't fucking, it's just not in my eyesight anymore because of all this, because of the stupid way I used to talk about shit that I was jealous about or that I appreciated but didn't know how to fucking appreciate properly because of the fucking, the shit that I made up in my head about how people might treat me, you know, like the preconceived notions about how people might view you once you've already got a preconceived notion of who you are. And like, I was fucked up back then too, man. Like I was definitely consuming my fair share of substances, you know, and I treated a lot of people like shit. I'm not afraid to admit that, but I've also feel like I've gone and I've apologized and I've made amends for the people, to the people I've treated like shit, you know, and I don't fucking try and shy away from it. If somebody says like, hey man, you were an asshole. It's like, you know what? I apologize for that straight up. Like I don't get to choose how I make other people feel. So if other people,
that's the hardest part about growing up, man.
it's my daughter and my partner. Like Serenity puts me in check so hard because if somebody was to treat Serenity the way that I used to treat people, I'd lose my fucking mind, you know? So I have to kind of clean my own backyard before I take a peek over the fence, so to speak.
True, yeah.
And me being me, instead of like trying to clean myself up and run away from my past, I fully embraced it. And I fucking pushed it forward. And now it's starting to become something that people can look to. And like anybody in my vicinity when I'm around, they know that it's a good space. You know, they know they're not going to get fucked with. They know it's not going to be all judgy and fucking criticisms and fucking bullshit, you know?
The Nate Trash rebrand.
It really it truly was, man. It truly was, and so far it's been really good, you know. And that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to really step back and decide and make a conscious choice. Like this is something I've been saying a lot to people lately: is you have to choose your path in life and don't wait around for something to react to and hope that that's going to be your path because you reacted to something the right way, because that's not going to fucking happen. You're not going to get into the path of those situations unless you're already trying to fucking do your thing, unless you're already trying to cultivate your own communities and your own branding and your own fucking shit, right? So you got to step back and choose, like, is this what I want to do? Is this band what I want to do? Do I want to be an entertainer? Do I want to be a performer? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Because we cracked that 30 and it's like, okay.
It hit different.
Yeah, it fucked me right up too, man. And it was like, okay, because now I do really have to decide.
But it's it's an arbitrary bullshit number that I don't know why everyone has that. Because it's funny. It's just like, you just pick this like number because we were fucking 19 when we met.
Yeah.
And we're just like fucking, you know, like it's 11 years. Like I'm going to be at this spot in 5 years and it's going to go and it sucks. Like, because you hit 30 and you're just like, what the fuck? Like if I knew what I knew now when I was fucking 19, like it would have been way different, right? Like I would have spent more time actually working on the music piece rather than just like, let's play a show every weekend, right? Like
if it was,
let's go on these bumfuck small tours. Like
if it was, same here, man, same here. If it was done differently, I would have backed off from Darcy a lot sooner, because he had the total wrong mindset for growth, for being in a band. Like he didn't want to do the promo stuff. He didn't want to try and like jump in with other bands and make buddies, and fucking he was really had this old-fashioned idealism, and like our mentality together really fucking they beat against each other. And like, but that's the thing, you know, you sit around for hours pondering what you could have done differently.
Yeah.
When it comes
But
to
I
the
think
situation,
it's also like, it's different, I guess. This is one of those things, and it's something like, and I don't want to like, this analogy kind of sucks, like, especially given circumstances, but I think playing in a band is like doing heroin. It is the dumbest fucking thing you can do with your life. It costs the most fucking money. You don't get like anything back from it, but nothing beats that like 30 minutes that you're on stage, like when you murder a show and you're just like, this is it. Like this, like the world just fucking feels right. Right. And then everything else is just chasing that fucking high. Right. Like I used to quit jobs when I got home from tour, because I'd come home from tour, like doing the thing I love to do the most, getting fucking all these new experiences, like getting really good at singing, getting, you know, making money off it. I'm just like, this shreds. I go back to fucking cooking and, you know, somebody's like yelling at me about something. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care if you want this fucking pasta without this and add that. Like, it's not something I give a fuck about.
I'm a fucking rock star.
Yeah, like it's so, but it's difficult, right? Because it's a means to a different end, and without one thing, like you can't just bet it all on black, especially where we were, right? Like it's tough for Canadian bands, like especially for metalcore and that kind of stuff, right? Like what thrives really well in Canada is like tech death metal, you know what I mean? Punk rock is really good. There's a great scene for that here. Hardcore has an amazing scene, but like my band's in this fucking weird niche that's popular in like LA, right? That's popular in like Europe. It's not something that like somebody from fucking Calgary
it's
or
popular
Dewsbury,
on
Alberta,
it's popular on the
like,
internet.
I fucking love this. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like you guys aren't playing Pantera? Eat a dick.
And this is where the world's changed since COVID too, right? Because now the internet, with Spotify and everything, you can fucking, if you know how to analyze your numbers properly and fucking place your ads properly, you can set your whole fucking career up from your fucking studio or from your desk, like I've been doing, you know? And before you couldn't do that. Everybody was like, fuck, I need to get CDs done. I need to get CDs done now. And now like
CDs.
I've asked people, like I asked people, like, does anybody want CDs? And you know, I got a bunch of people that are like, yeah, we'll take some CDs. It'd be really cool to see the artwork and stuff. And it's like, okay, I might get a box of like 50 or 100 CDs printed just for the novelty of the merchandise, right? But we don't need to. Don't fucking need to.
My fucking love-hate with CDs is like, we tested this. We live tested this. I did a tour with CDs.
Yeah.
I bought 300 of them, came home, you know, with like maybe half of them sold.
They're fucking handouts.
Not very good, right? You're just like, what the fuck? And the markup that you make on that is like, you're in the red no matter what, right? Recordings cost a shitload. Whatever. So we're like, okay, cool. We sold 50% of CDs. Let's do a tour and not bring a single fucking CD, right? Go on that tour. Everyone's like, CDs, bro? Do you got CDs? Do you got CDs? Do you got CDs? When the tour before, I had to like fucking, yo, please take this. Like, if you buy a shirt, I'll just give you this. You can just have it. And they're like, well, I got Spotify. I don't give a fuck about CDs. Like,
exactly.
You know, it's like you're selling somebody a fucking VHS. But the one time you don't have it, people are just like, bro, I only listen to CD, man. Like,
hey man, you got any CDs, man? It's like, you
got vinyl, bro? It's like,
I get that one a lot. When are we getting Horrify vinyl? And it's like, we've played like 6 fucking shows in Calgary. Like, come on. Like, we got two different designs of shirts. Okay, let's be fucking happy with that, you fucking animals.
it's just brutal, man. It's crazy. But, you know, to the point, I think it's like the landscape is so different now, and like learning how to do it again. And I think with a lot of it, like we're forced into this rubric that was something that was created in like the fucking 80s, which was tour to death, never make any money, until you get to this point.
Oh yeah,
right, where,
everybody
like,
thought the record label was gonna fucking once you get a
swoop in
record
and save
label,
you, right?
you get a
Because back
record
in the day,
label.
you get bonuses, right? You don't.
The
No one's giving you a
fucking
fucking bonus. They're gonna give you a 360 deal. Be like, here's 10 grand to record a record, which is not enough.
and we want
And, like,
we want 50% of the sales for this amount of time, and like this also includes you fucking putting in a piece of your anything after 10K you're paying for yourself, and we still want 50% of the fucking sales on, and we want 15% of your merch that's made around the touring that goes on with this fucking release as well.
And it's dog shit in a lot of cases. So I think like what we've learned from doing it that way is like, I got a mortgage, man. I got a mortgage and I got riffraff tattoos. Like, that's fucking, I'm not doing this the way we used to do it. We used to just book tours, just go for it, whatever. Like, it's a business now, right? Like, I can sell a product that I know will be successful in markets. And like, if that's what it's going to take, like if somebody wants to take advantage of that or like add it to a bill or something, like there's certain things that have to happen. Right now we're operating with like flyouts. Like I'm going to have to fly my singer from Los Angeles. Like it's not just like as easy as it was back in the day being like, I remember coming up to you at a show and you were like, oh, we're playing next weekend. And I was like, can I get on that bill? And you were like, fuck it. And we just played.
Let's fucking do this 7-band bill.
Like 8-band bill or something in Red Deer. And we just did it, right? It was like off the cuff, whatever. No one was making money. Right. But like,
I remember when we used to fucking split the money up after the show. We were walking around with like an extra 10 or 15 bucks in our pocket. It's like, what the fuck was this? The last show World Class White Trash ever played, we split up the cash and I fucking instantly bought drugs. Instantly. $60. I was like, yeah.
See, and I think that's like, that was what was different too. Like with Sharks, we never made a dime. Like no one ever pocketed money. We reinvested everything back into the
that's
band.
when World Class fucking called her quits the band fund, Darcy kept the band fund and it was like $1,600. I kept the video camera and all the rest of the merch was like fucking given away at the last shows and whatever. And the fucking accounts were all fucking canceled. Actually, no, they weren't. All the pages are still there, but because I deleted my old Facebook, I don't have any access to the old World Class White Trash page, but it's still there. Like the music is still on the fucking internet. So like the dumb days, man. And you're right. It's not, you don't want to do it the same way. You fat puss. Look at this kidder. You don't want to do it the same way as you did before, because was that any fucking fun? I think back on it and it was fucking stressful, man. And it wasn't comfortable. It was terrible. Like sleeping on people's floors while everybody parties till 5 a.m. and expecting to fucking go play another show the next day. Like, fuck off.
Dude, the amount of like linoleum floors I've slept on that are just like littered with fucking cat litter.
No, man, that's terrible.
Sucks.
Terrible shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. The amount of times that I just didn't sleep just because I fucking couldn't. I was so fucking like overstimulated. There was no chance of going to fucking sleep while everybody's partying. So I just partied right on with them. World Class White Trash would have never lasted on a fucking tour. Like never in a fucking 1,000 years. And we played in time, you know. We showed up to shows. We could play a fucking 45-minute set. We put on a good show. But like there was no chance of anything bigger than just playing fucking local shows for us.
Yeah.
And I think that a couple of the guys that were in the band before, I don't think they believe that. I think they believe that if we just would have done this or if we just would have done this, we would have been okay. But with a name like World Class White Trash, you're going to fucking lose nonstop. And I knew that when we tried to release the last EP. That's why I shortened it down to WCWT, because I knew we were going to get fucking dinged for that soon. And the band dissolved. So like, you know, the trash took itself out.
Oh, fuck off. Dude.
Roll them. Right? Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
Yeah, but it's different. And it's weird now too. Like we're old, man. And it's like, I think like somebody hit me up on Instagram the other day and was like, hey, when's your Calgary show? I was like, it's this day. They're like, cool. You were the first local band I ever saw. I was 14. I was like, what? Like, the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? But like, I think, and like, Shay, I see you, dog. But like, I think it's like your role now, especially being as involved in the scene is like, we would have never gotten to where we did unless we had those certain people that believed in us, right? You and Nick were one of the first people.
Nick
right?
Reed, baby. Nick Reed's got like
Love that
14
boy.
kids now.
To death.
He's got a house
Right?
in Didsbury. He's living it up. I'm actually going to go see him next weekend.
Yeah, right. But like, you know, Nick put us on shows. We met you put us on shows, and it was like all this like
I got a
feeding forward.
poster over on my wall, and it's the one that Nick drew, and it's World Class White Trash, Shark Infested Daughters, and Sludgehammer Deathface, and it's the one
Let's
with the legs and the shark coming out of the vagina.
Yeah.
Or it's just
But
a
there
shark
was-
face with legs on it.
Yeah. But it's like it's being old now, like it's the onus is on you and I guess us to like pay kind of that shit forward. Like Alan from Broken City put us on with 3 Inches of Blood. No one gave a fuck. We were like a pretty bad band when we started.
Shout
right?
out to
Like,
Alan from Broken City. He fucking,
like-
we played there last Thursday, and they treated us like fucking gold, and I'd never
Yeah.
played Broken City before.
And he's incredible, right? But like he saw something and was just like, fuck, I'll give you a shot, right? Awesome. You know, then we, you know, got better and shit. And then fucking Che, bless his soul, was like, hey, Trivium's coming to town. You guys would shred on that. Do you want me to hook it up? And I was like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you do that for me, right? Instead of like doing this whole crab in the bucket mentality that I think like specifically Calgary really suffers from, right? Like we even talked about it. You're like, oh, I was mad at you guys because you were doing things that I wasn't doing. So like you were talking shit, right? But like those like kind of key players, you know what I mean? Like helped get us to like a point that was awesome.
Yes.
And then we'd bring bands on tour that we were just like, oh, cool. You know, like our friend's band just started. Let's pull them on a Western Canada tour, sell out Kelowna and all that kind of shit, and just like bring that shit on. And I think that's what's instrumental about what you're doing now. And as part of like your rebrand, right? Is like, you got to be the one to fucking bring it through.
God, and
You
I
know what I
also a big part of that is admitting to the fucking shitty ways that I used to act, and fucking taking full fucking responsibility for it, and letting people know like that will only fuck you over. Like I'm a prime example of it. So don't let it fuck you over, you know? Cuz and I'm getting it now too. There's a band from BC, and I'm not about to fucking mention them. Nobody can ask me about it because they're not going to get anything out of me of it. But their attitudes are really starting to fucking hurt them, because they're young guys and they think they're the fucking coolest band on the fucking block, and they got the attitude of like, we don't even have to fucking tell people we're playing shows. They'll just show up because we're awesome. We can be thrown on a bill last minute and they know they'll pack the place, you know? And it's like, I'm pretty sure I said those fucking same words to someone back in the World Class White Trash days, and it fucking made me like, kind of like throw up in my mouth a little
Give you
bit.
PTSD.
And just like, I was like, oh, I was laughing, but I was like crying a little bit at the same time. And it's like, fuck, you guys are only fucking hurting yourselves. And then, like you said, part of the rebrand was like, I gotta take charge of this, and I'm the most fucking vocal member of the community right now. And it's because I fucking worked to get to that point, and it's to try and let people know like, hey, we can make this work, but we gotta fucking do it together. Like, we can't fucking piss and moan about what we aren't doing and what other people are doing. We have to focus on what we can do now and what we're able to do, and then we have to fucking do it. You know, like I was saying, don't live waiting to react to something. Make a plan, put your fucking horse blinders on, and focus on that, you know? And change the way that you look at shit too. Change the way that you fucking look at your life. Instead of looking at shit to complain about, looking for different things to make problems out of, looking for different reasons as to why you shouldn't continue on doing something because it's hard. You need to flip that around and fucking start looking for reasons why shit's good, and looking for reasons. Like when I heard from Lee that you wanted to do this, I was instantly like, perfect. Another fucking opportunity to get something out of the fucking way and clear some fucking air, because it's not something that I want to think about like somebody who I used to be friends with I might run into now, and it might be awkward. Like, fuck that. I'm done with that fucking awkward shit. I got no time for that. You know, I'm out here to get some positivity going, to make friends, to fucking build connections to fucking get a community going again like it was back in fucking 2012, man. 2011.
When the world ended.
Right? 2011, 2012, back before Michael Byron Gray got outed as like a giant piece of shit, you know?
Fuck that guy, dude.
Like,
dude, we fucking sent Oliver was gonna roll him. Like he ditched money on us. He promised to pay us and then he bailed and he went to a different show and I sent like Oliver and Boodle over. And Oliver pressed him, dude. He was like, give me the fucking dough, son. Like,
Oliver's got big fucking wrenches in his garage, man. Like,
he's a farm boy strength, man.
He's fucking Lee. Let's not forget Lee putting this all together because I asked him too. I was like, did you ask Chris about this? Like, is Chris cool with this? Like, are they cool with this? Because I'm down to do it if they're down to do it.
Dude, I want to ask him, but does he like me? I'll like him if he likes me.
Did you tell him Trash Talk with Nate Trash is like this Nate Trash, and not like a different Nate Trash? Because I think Chris knows who Nate Trash is, but I don't know if I know who Nate Trash is anymore.
Fair point.
Fucking rights, man. No, you're a fucking champ, buddy. I'm very stoked to see the new stuff because you do work really fucking hard for your stuff, and I've seen you get fucking dragged through the mud and not even fucking flinch, man. I watched people fucking say terrible fucking shit about you, and you've just rolled with it because you're aware. You're aware of what you looked like. You're aware of the music you fucking played, you know? Like, in the same breath, though, making fun of other bands that are fucking doing other shit, too, right? We all had these fucking self-conscious fucking little immature fucking attitudes towards stuff, you know? Like, oh, what's going on with... Who's Furry Fox Jet Pilot? I have a feeling like you know this guy.
I do know this, man. He is a Western Kelowna hardcore stenographer.
Shit.
He lives in the United States and can probably tell you every band that's ever existed in Western Canada.
Bro,
what their accolades are.
I like this dude already. Respect, Furry Fox Jet Pilot.
He's a beautiful man.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for jumping in. I really appreciate you being here, buddy. Respect. Fucking huge respect. Not sure if you can say anything about it, but any chance of Tidebringer playing with Secret and Whisper?
They're not doing shows, man. Like, they're just jamming and having fun. They're fucking boomed out hookers, too.
Bro, they're practically the Devin Townsend project, okay?
Like, if they did a show and it was like, it wouldn't be, you know, like, if they're going to do anything, it'll be big. It's not going to be something that they're just going to throw to, like, Tidebringer.
Yeah, it'd be a big one-off with, like, fucking...
They toured with Saleson before Saleson was huge.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
they're going to be popping off with the homies, like...
Yeah. They used to do tours with Under Oath, man. You think they're calling my ass?
Like, but you never know. You never know. Look at what Misery Signals did, right? And like Jesse Zaraska's fucking 43rd birthday was today.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure we'd rip like a Kelowna joint with the Saw Boys, but there's zero chance we're doing some fucking crazy tour. I don't even think they want to tour.
Touring is a fucking fickle mistress these days, man. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to tour if you don't need to. Like,
no, but you also got to change the game. Like, the one thing that I learned is like, you can do, it's like what we're talking about with Billy Talent. You can tour Canada to death.
Yeah.
You can do what Sharks did, tour Canada to death. You're going to plateau. Yep. Right? If you want to do anything, you have to go to the States.
You do. Yo, Beer Jesus, don't forget to hit follow. Don't forget to hit fucking subscribe. We're streaming every Monday and Thursday. But you're right. Canada is a fucking hole. It's a hole.
It's brutal, man.
It's not because there isn't good stuff here. It's because of the distance between everything. Like, there's a book I'm reading and this guy Jesse Cannon talks about population density and how if you tour in the right place, a good population density place, like let's say corner of New York, New Jersey, that fucking area, you can hit. Thanks for the fucking follows. I really appreciate this, guys. You guys are killing it tonight. Fucking A. But if you go to the right spot, he said there is 5 bars within a 10-mile radius that don't have overlapping crowds and they're packed for every heavy or hardcore show that gets booked.
You could play every night in LA and you'd never have the same person come to each show.
Exactly, right? That's the fucking thing. You get to the right place and you can do it, but if you're not in the right place, there's still the tools to get out there that can create the demand to
It
get
just costs
you
a
out there.
shitload of money.
And if it's not a shitload of money, it's a shitload of fucking time, and it's a shitload of like learning new skills and developing new ways to take on these fucking challenges, because like if you're not paying for a guy to do it, then you have to learn how to do it yourself, and that takes a fucking while. It takes a while to learn. Thank you, Che. Thanks for jumping in, you sweet fucking boy. You have a good night. Cheers, buddy. Smoke a fat one for me. I appreciate it. But you gotta work hard. There's so much hard work to be done. Like when I was talking to Baina, he said, you know, you could release the stuff, but you still gotta drive the momentum too. You still gotta be on top of that. Like stuff gets swept under the rug so quickly, you know. And Carcosa is a big band, but they're not fucking planning on going on big tours right now. They're gonna be fucking Angel Makers hitting the road with Lorna Shore here soon. Yeah, but
yeah, I'm good pals with those two.
Exactly. So fucking Carcosa doing the same thing you guys are doing. Putting the work into the content, putting the work into the merch releases so that you can create the demand, and it's not going to be a fucking huge risk to spend all this money on something to go and play to 5 fucking people in fucking Lacombe, Alberta.
Do you know what the best part about Carcosa too is? We did the last tour Sharks did was with Galactic Pegasus.
Right?
And we told them that we were rebranding, and they were like, fuck, that's what we want to do. But we're like, you know, we don't want to give up all these numbers that we have. But they're like, we fucking hate this name. Like, we want to do something different. They fucking rebranded, released, and put out like a fucking record before Tidebringer when we had already started. Like, we had already recorded new songs. We'd already gotten album artwork. Like, we were about to launch Tidebringer like immediately after that tour.
Bana! It's like a fucking cartoon, you know? Like
Simpsons did it, man. He got me good. Dude.
He's such a fucking gem. All those guys are awesome. That's another thing I'm starting to realize going further up the line, talking to more professional, more relevant musicians that are actually like doing work and that are like that are like helping me out, you know? Like there's no, like, I don't have a huge fucking following. I'm definitely not making money off of the content that I release. I'm like, I sell merch and stuff, you know, but I know moving further up the line that the more professional and the more like bands that the more the artist or the entertainer works with more people, the nicer they are, the more level-headed they are, the less they are to try and criticize or break down other people in order to make themselves look fucking good.
But that shit also follows you, right? Like, if you're a dick, like you were just talking about that band, right? Like, if you're a dick, that gets around, right? Who's going to give you a shot if you're a fucking asshole?
Yep.
Right?
That's
nobody.
The only way I was able to get back on the horse was by admitting to all of it.
And that's what I mean, though, right? Like, it's just, and that's what's funny, too, is you mentioned, like, you know, the whole scene here is just like, fuck those guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're a piece of shit. We used to hear all kinds of shit, right? Like, people would fucking be like, oh, they all like gangbang Erica. They're fucking losers and shit like that. We're just like, whatever. But, you know what I mean? Like, we're selling out shows.
Exactly.
Like, so what the fuck? Like, if you guys, like, it's like literally nothing you're doing has any effect.
Exactly. That's exactly the big fucking thing about it. Is like, if you, the minute you go and try and tear down other people to try and build yourself up, it's a house of cards. You're stacking up a house of cards. It's gonna fucking fall at the fucking simplest little fucking shake. And then you're gonna be left with your fucking dick in your hands looking like a fucking dick-handed dick-hander.
Eloquently put.
Right? So, like, people's egos are so fragile, and I don't know if people will notice, but like when you're in artistic endeavors, a lot of artistic people are pretty fucking fragile individuals, you know?
Well, it's like, it's showing somebody your dick, man. Like, when you put a record out, like it's literally like showing somebody your dick, and like you want somebody to be like, this is fucking
Nice
sick
dick,
bro.
bro.
Like, that's a
Like,
nice thing. You don't want somebody to be like, what the fuck is that? Like,
you
it
got
looks
a
like
nice
a penis but smaller. You know
dick,
what I mean?
bro.
And
Oh.
it's different, and that shit hurts, right? Is because, and again, like to keep on this metaphor of dicks, it's a dick measuring contest, right? If you put a record out and I put a record out at the same time,
This is
you know
why
what I mean?
Horrify is different, though, because we're a part of the dick measuring contest in the other direction. Okay, whereas like people want to see, they want to be like, okay, I want to see this record do better than this other record. You know, we don't really care about that. We just know that if we release music and we keep doing it the way we want to do it, then we'll find our crowd. We'll find our crowd. And as long as our shows keep getting fucking crazier, then we're doing what we want to do, you know?
Yeah.
We're also family guys. Like, Russ has got a baby on the way. Joel's got 37, 41 kids, and like he's an office guy, you know? Like, see, we're not about, like, we're not trying to fucking get signed to a label and tour for the rest of our lives. Like, we're just trying to have a good fucking time, and like I'm playing talk show and like hoping to learn how to get into the industry as a career, you know, on back end stuff. Like, I don't want to, I got probably 10 years. If I go on tour and like do something miraculous and professional as an entertainer by next year or the year after, then I think I got 10 good years on the road at maybe 200 days a year, optimal fucking performance. But that's even pushing it too, you know? Like, I'm a construction worker. Anything could happen that could totally throw that fucking timeline way off. I'd break my fucking leg at work tomorrow. You know, that's the way it goes. But I'm still going to try. I'm still going to see what happens. I'm still going to fucking go for it because it's what I love to fucking do. And nobody's going to stop me from doing
it's the
that.
heroin, man.
Nobody's going to stop me.
You can't quit.
I took the time and looked inward and decided, like, this is what I'm going to fucking do. Nate Trash, the fucking entertainer. And if that doesn't fucking work, well, then fine. At least I get to know that I tried and I didn't stop until I fucking had to. And right now, I don't see that anywhere in sight. I got the full support of my family and everybody around me. And like, it's starting to turn into something positive instead of something toxic and negative, you know? And that's what I see with Tidebringer. I see Tidebringer bringing a lot of stuff to fruition that wasn't able to be brought to fruition before, whether it be because of the people you were working with or whether it be because of certain mindsets that were holding you back. This is definitely a new change in a positive direction, and it's going to work out. Not because you guys are on to something that, you know, is because you don't know that until it's out there. It's going to work out because you're not going to fucking stop until it works.
Truth.
Huge fucking respect for that, man. Like I said, I've known you for a long time, and obviously nothing's fucking changed with what you're doing, you know? Like, kind of the samesies in my court, but I had to change a lot around to be able to come back to where I was before. And I'm definitely not fucking getting rid of that anytime soon. Like, I'm fucking going full blast with it now. And I want to do it for the rest of my life. You know, I don't want to retire. I don't want to fucking retire. And then what? Then I'm going to be bored and broke. Like, I have this fucking picture in my head of like sitting in a fucking office at like a fucking record label recording agency and just dying at my desk. Just fucking old and fat and fucking listening to fucking shitty bands, going to shows, trying to fucking find cool bands that I think deserve a leg up. You know, it's getting fucked over at every turn and just dying at my desk one day.
Fair.
Doing what I love to do, man. So what is the future hold for Tidebringer?
Well, we're playing shows.
Yes. What's the dates for those shows and where are you playing them? And
This is the plug.
who are you? Yeah, this is plug time. Who are you playing them with?
We're going to Vancouver on the 27th, playing with a band called Of Artistry and a couple other local bands that are pretty cool. And then we're going to do a Rock for Dollars just because it's going to be the Broken City is changing ownership. So it's kind of the last
Nobody
day.
knows that yet. That
They
hasn't
know
been
it, dude.
announced yet.
Everyone knows it.
Shh.
That'll be like the last day, see Alan and everything. So we wanted to be a part of that. So we're gonna do a surprise set at Rock for Dollars. Which we'll have like 50 fucking bands. So
I'll
we're
be
playing
there for that.
in Edmonton with Sionis and Skull Splitter and Withered Days, those boys. The moment Lee has been waiting for. The whole reason why he's sat through this whole chat of us just fucking talking shit about stuff that happened 10 years ago.
Lee fucking Stanhope, the guy who brought this interview together, because honestly, full fucking disclosure, I was gonna reach out to Tidebringer like after you guys drop some stuff and like show up to a show and be like, hey man, how's it going? Because I was like, fuck, every time I look, I was like, fuck, I feel like such a fucking asshole. And I messaged Nathaniel too. And I was like, dude, I'm going to interview Tidebringer and I'm going to interview Chris. And I'm actually really stoked about it. And he's like, fuck it, that's awesome, man. Like, I can't believe I'm reading these words right now. That's fucking rad. Because I was always fucking worried that like me and you had this fucking invisible, never acknowledged fucking beef. And like, me and Nathaniel have been close the whole time. And Nathaniel's never had anything bad to fucking say about you. He's always been fucking stoked on everything you've done. Nathaniel's one of those guys that has had that mentality of if I don't like you, I'm just not going to acknowledge you. You know what I mean? It's kind of where I adapted that.
The water's different in Medicine Hat, dude.
And fucking Medicine Hat.
All I can say, man. Medicine Hat was one of those places where like every band you met from there was just like, oh, what's up? No one was like, actually, we're blackened shoegaze deathcore.
Right.
Fuck with you, right? Like,
right.
It's different, but
what? You four-sided long sleeve are you wearing this week?
But yeah, we're doing that, and then we're doing the next day, the 5th or the 4th, in Calgary at Neverland Boutique. I've never heard of this joint.
It's a new spot. There's been a couple of pretty solid shows there. Crown of Madness came down and played there.
Yeah, it's like all ages, like 100 cap. So it's gonna be like the old Tubby Dog days, where kids would just be front flipping off monitors.
Bro, you got to get into the fucking half rabbit house basement for the shows.
I don't know, man.
That's some spice house.
These will be the only Canadian dates we're playing.
That's actually, there's a question in there from our stenographer. U.S. shows this year or next year?
We don't have anything like announced, but effectively, like we're gonna focus on LA, and we're gonna
because you got the hook up there, so fucking go do it.
So we're doing these, like we didn't even like full context, like we weren't going to play any Canadian shows. Like when we rolled this band out, we were like, look, we're not going to do local shows. And that's not like we're too good to play local shows, but we're just like, we did that for 10 years and it didn't get us what we needed.
Try something else.
So we're going to focus our efforts somewhere else, right? Build that demand. But Lee, to his credit, hit us up on probably every social network possible.
I love Lee.
And he'd always hit me up while I'm fucking working and be like, oh, do you guys want to play a show? And I'd be thinking about how to say no, and I would start doing something else and forget about it. And then, he'd hit us up on Instagram and be like, yeah, you want to play the show? And I'd be like, I got to tell this guy no, and I'd start doing something else. And then it just got to the point where we're just like, man, fuck, like, I kind of want to play a show. Like, why don't we just say fuck it and just like, let's just rip a couple sets for the boys and just like, shake the dust off a little bit and see what happens. Like, there's a very real possibility we can come out, play shows, and people are like, yeah, this kind of sucks, and we're like, okay, cool, whatever, you know what I mean? But
I will also be I'll come to the Rockin' for Dollars and fucking hopefully get some footage of you guys so that you can use it for some fucking shit. So there's some live stuff for you guys for your socials, because I do have like I fucking got like external microphones and shit, so it's not just fucking basic cell phone fucking
we got we have a full fucking Twitch stream rig.
Good. Are you bringing yeah, you do? Okay, sick. Yeah. Well then fuck, I won't even bother, man. Fucking
just
give
get the two-step on, dude.
Fucking right.
Come out of Mosh retirement.
So the thing about that though is Wednesday's a school night.
Yeah, dude, my bed is 9. I go to bed at 9, bro.
Like, that's exactly right.
Until like 11:30, and I'm gonna be like, all right, man, Deuces. Like, I'm old. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fucking rights, man. But no, I will be there. I will be there to fucking see you, man, because I'm very fucking stoked to see you back in action, buddy. It's been a long time fucking coming. And
See if I can do it, man. How does it feel fucking playing shows at 30, dude?
it hurts. It physically hurts. I can't get wasted and do it anymore. It wouldn't be possible. If I have more than the 2 shots of tequila I have, like when I get to the bar to just like shake off the cobwebs,
Yeah.
I forget the lyrics because I actually learned the fucking words now, and like I practice the words, and now I realize it's hard to breathe, and like it's scary now. Like I actually get nervous about my performances and shit. It's not like, oh fuck, I can go out there, get loaded, yell really loud because I'm fucking good at yelling and shit. So, you know, I'm fucking good at being a vocalist, so I don't have to fucking practice anything else. And now I do. Now I actually have to practice, and I think about how people are going to respond to this, and I want us to hit shit in the right way, you know? And I want to be able to jump up in the fucking air and hit the ground at the right fucking time. And I think about that shit, you know? And I still got wacky pants that I wear on stage, but they're not fucking leopard print anymore. They're big fucking Dickies cargo pants and shit.
Gonna bring them shits back, man. They were a vibe.
The Dickies cargos and the fucking combat boots on stage now. That fucking, and the windbreakers, bro. I love the windbreakers. I got a Mudvayne windbreaker that just drives me fucking wild.
That shreds. I used to do tours in a Justin Bieber shirt.
Yeah, baby. I want to get one of them.
I fucking love that shit.
I want to get one of them corduroy fucking Bieber fucking fanny packs, man. They look dope as shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Word.
Like fuck, man. But Lee is a beautiful guy. We're gonna talk about fucking Lee here for a second, because this guy, I met him online through my buddies in Luminosity, which is a new gent band that writes really good.
Charles, right?
Yeah. They got really good shit, but they all work out of town and they all work different schedules and stuff. So it's very hard for them to fucking coordinate and do like consistent shows and do consistent recording, but they are fucking rock solid. But I met Sionis through them because I was helping fucking Luminosity figure some stuff out, get on track, get some shows and all this shit, you know, like I usually do these days. And Lee got really stoked about my new band, Horrify, because I don't know, Lee's not very bright, I guess, and he likes mediocre music. I'm just kidding, buddy. I love you. I do, Lee. Lee and his girlfriend came out from Edmonton to see us open for Cradle of Filth. And I was very stoked about that because, like, there was a couple of people that drove out from Edmonton to see us open, and they all bought fucking merch and shit, and it was really fucking cool. And Lee, I really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. That doesn't go unnoticed, man. That really does not fucking go unnoticed. And we'll get you guys booked in for a fucking interview here soon, too. But good people, man. It's all about good people and acknowledging your fucking faults so that you can also become a good person, you know? And now I fucking lean right into that. But so your buddy says that he's going to buy all you guys beers or pops if you go play shows for him.
It'll happen, man. It'll happen. I just got to get a fucking passport, but them offices is backed up, son.
Dude, I'm working in the Northeast right now by Marlborough Station, and they have a center for newcomers there where they're doing passport stuff. And at the same time, every day, the fucking lineup goes right through the fucking parking lot. And it's like, I was supposed to go to Mexico to get my teeth fixed. My buddy's a fucking cosmetic dentist there. And he's like, yeah, buddy, if you can get down here, I'll fix your teeth for free. But I was like, I'm not going through the hassle of all of this to go down there or to not maybe not even be able to go down there because fucking passport ridiculousness. Like,
yeah, it's brutal.
Fuck that.
But the plan is there. You know, I'm going to get a passport next year, probably like around the spring. We'll go to the States, see what happens.
Fucking rights, man. Fucking rights. Well, at some point we do have to wrap this up. So I'm going to give you a chance. Is there anything that you think we should have fucking touched on, or is there anything that you wanted to touch on before we fucking wrap this up, buddy?
I feel like this was just like two dudes being like, "Oh, remember that one time, dude?"
That's kind of exactly how this was supposed to be, though, because this was in a way also your reintroduction into doing stuff too, because you've been fucking getting shit together yourself so that you could.
Perhaps I don't live in BC.
Yeah, and okay, so yeah, my mistake. Huge correction here, you guys. Tidebringer is only a few of them are for BC. I thought this guy moved to fucking BC. I thought Tidebringer was like a Vancouver band for sure. Then I saw, this is another thing too. Today I saw a fucking picture of Oliver doing a car show at New Horizons Mall. And I was like, are they from fucking BC? But then I was like, fuck it. Let's tag it all up and see what happens. And now we're just going to roll with it. So now you have to sell your house and move to BC. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah, I mean, like you put it on wax, dude.
No, it is whack. No, I am whack. It's not on wax. I am whack. Okay?
Fair.
Whack Talk with Nate Whack.
There's the rebrand, man. When is the next song dropping? I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea? Oh yeah, I guess you guys got shows to do first. You guys got to, and you guys have been dropping fucking merch too.
Yeah, we're probably gonna cut like some footy from the shows and then drop another track because we got one featuring the boy Jordan Chase that we wanna get out there. It's insane. And then we got like 2 or 3 other songs and the EP's done, and then we got to start writing new shit. So we're just like,
what do you mean you have to start? You've been sitting on that shit for 5 years, and
we got shit in the bank.
Okay,
like,
okay.
You know, we got to plan the next move. Like, what are we gonna do with it?
Yeah, you don't want to fucking just waste fucking shit. You can't anymore. You can't, because then you start to get noticed for wasting shit, and then nobody wants to fucking see what you're doing.
It's true, man.
You got to play it proper. You got to fucking plan shit out. You got to release shit. You got to release stuff and see what works. And then you have to like take that into consideration for your next planning and your next set of releases. And you got to fucking work it, or else you're going to be left behind so fucking quickly that it will be like you weren't even there to begin with.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to leave a lasting impression, you're not going to leave any impression at all.
Very true.
You got any shout outs you want to throw out there, sweet boy?
See, we shouted everyone out in the chat, man. It's good.
We definitely did. Well, I thank you guys so much for joining me. I thank you so much for joining me as well, Chris. Everybody in the chat, you've been fantastic. We are back Monday with Brody Bauer from Fall of Earth. This is a promising up and coming band. I actually know some news about this band because somebody who picked them up for some cool stuff messaged me, just friended me out of nowhere and was like, yeah, I've known you for a bit. We met a couple of times. And shout out to Paul. I'm not trying to say nothing, but yeah, they got some cool stuff on the horizon. And Fall of Earth is a bunch of young kids, and they're fucking killing it. And I really hope they continue to kill it. So their guitar player, Brody, is going to be on Monday. And then next Thursday, we got Jess from Juliet Ruin. And then August 29th, we got Tim from Tortured Saint. Tim Reaper from Tortured Saint in Toronto. Yeah.
Let's go.
You accidentally wrote another new song for the EP last month.
Yeah.
That's good though. You got to keep writing shit, but don't just try and keep stacking shit onto the EP. Like,
dude, it's
singles, baby. Singles.
We were writing for EP2, and we finished the song, and we're just like, this would go so well into The Sickening.
Nah, fair enough.
And we just like, we put the beat to it, and we're just like, shit, it's a bop.
Fucking rights, man. Fucking rights. I like that a lot. We're going to have to do a part 2 of this, just so you know.
Oh, shit. Here, you can end this on a fucking secret release note.
Oh, exclusive drops.
Yeah. This is the only time anyone's ever going to hear it. But I'll give you this. This is just for fucking
Nathaniel, if you're still in the chat, clip this.
Don't you ever clip this. Fucking murder
We won't
me, dude.
release it. We won't release it. But I want to clip it, and then when I cut it out of the video, when I upload it to YouTube, I'll still have it for my own special spank bank.
There you go. Well, I just sent you the link, so you've already got it.
There we go. Okay, perfect. Then no, none of this is getting released. None of this is getting fucking played on the air. Me and Nathaniel will have a listen in private.
You can blast it, play your fucking little outro, you know, fade to that beautiful picture, and just play this 2-minute banger, and let's get out of here.
Bro. So we're gonna go back to the start with it because my end screen is just a fucking black screen. Look at this guy. Ooh, rough mix with 2 Fs, baby.
69, let's go.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been Sweet Boy Chris, Hero Yugi, the fucking heart of the cards himself. Let's check this out. Whoa. Yo, if you guys are digging this tune, drop some bits in the chat. Cheer with some bits, baby. I guess that's a Twitch thing, bro.
This is the moment where the fucking smoke comes down. The spotlight.
Ooh. Those call outs are something I'm trying to bring back too, man. Buddy. Bro, that was fucking heat. That was fucking heat. You guys heard it here first. Fucking right.
Accidental.
That was too fucking good. Don't worry, I'm going to make sure that gets cut out and shit so that it's not just bopping. Not like anybody's really going to fucking care about it. But we got to get the interview. The actual Trash on the Streets interview with the band. So hopefully we can fucking knock one of those out. You've been awesome, buddy. It was great to fucking catch up with you, man. We got to do this again for sure.
You too, my brother.
Thank
I'll
you.
See you on the other side.
You definitely will. Thank you, everybody, for joining us from Trash Talk with Nate Trash, from that Sweet Boy Chris and Tidebringer. You guys have been great. So there's lots of shows this weekend. Get out to the shows this weekend. Wild Rose Hardcore Festival is happening this weekend in fucking Edmonton and Calgary. Also, Friday night at Border Crossing, Rising Sun and Hollow Point. Go to that show. It's going to be a fucking banger. So, cheers, everybody. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.